Hello viewers. So I finally got my mic up and running and working. I've done some other tapings but have accidentally deleted parts of it, so there's stuff I can't put up now. So anyway, this one today we'll be using parts of one I recorded another time because, well, I was actually showing something, but it's about helmet and camera positions, or should I say camera positions in regard to helmets. Now a while back I had, before the GoPro, a action camera that I had actually on the side of my helmet, attached by the foam it come with, which actually come off at a bit when I was doing about 80 k's an hour. The camera luckily survived. The mount and the case, I can sadly say, did not when it was run over by a four-wheel drive. So I have that video here. And then of course I took it back and they replaced it all, which was great. But I had to find a different way to mount it, so I actually mounted it on top of the helmet. So that was actually Sikaflexed on. So I actually used what my father-in-law had suggested, which is the Sikaflex, to permanently mount a bracket on the top. Now that worked great. It actually was better than the one on the side, because the one on the side seemed to produce a bit of drag that would make my neck sore after a while on highway cruising, because I kept pulling my neck to the side. Where on top I didn't seem to notice it as much. Now I liked it up there, I liked it anywhere on the helmet, just like everyone else I'm sure, because where you look is what it's looking at and what it's recording. So back a few months ago, riding with my wife, we'd done a big loop which included, we were going to head back home through the Bar Range, and we just pulled out of the McDonald's at Morelambar. And just as we were starting to pull out, my wife was in lead, highway patrol went past. Now this highway patrol definitely looked at us, and we actually saw him pulling up further down the road. Now we've got Bluetooth communicators, so straight away my wife's panicking because she didn't indicate. So she thought, oh no, I'm going to get done for not indicating, oh no. And he's waved us over, pulled over. And when the coppers walked up to us, he said, I've got no problem with you, miss. You stay with your bike. I need to talk with this gentleman that's with you. So I had to follow him, and he said, you know, take your helmet off. And I wear a mask under my helmet, so he asked me to take the mask off as well. Now place your helmet on the bonnet of the patrol car facing his camera. And he said, you know, it's all this is being all recorded and everything like that. And then he asked if the camera was recording as well, and I said no, it's currently off. And then he asked to know how it was mounted, and I went to go show him, and he said, no, I need you to tell me. So I told him, and then he said, you know the regulations on mounting on helmets about modifications? And I said, oh, yeah, not to drill your helmet and modify it. And then he actually said, well, with you attaching that on there, you have voided the compliance of the helmet, therefore it is no longer a compliant helmet, and he was going to infringe me. So he's walked off to his car and he's come back with this paperwork, which I thought was the infringement one, and he showed me the actual legislation which states the no modification of helmets. And he even got me to flip my helmet over and read the actual label inside the helmet, the tag, which actually states about no modifications to the helmet. So he made me read all that. Then he asked me where I was from. He told me to get my license, so I had to go back to the bike and get it. And when I come back, he actually said, I'm going to let you off. My first thought was, oh, thank God. Because he'd already told me the infringement, I think he said, was about $311 and 4 points. So I thought, wow, that's heavy for a non-compliant helmet. But then he actually went through and told me a few other things. He said, you know, helmets are designed to have only a tolerance of 2 millimeters of protruding from the helmet, and that by making the bracket, that actually is greater than the 2 mil. And this may have contributed, mounting a GoPro on the helmet may have contributed to the more serious trauma that Schumacher took when he came off on his skiing trip. But also, he said if I come off and was sliding, went under a truck, under a railing, and that helmet caught, that it could potentially snap my neck. And I thought, yeah, fair call. So, removed the camera off the mount, and basically saying, well, why can't you mount it on the bike? And I said, well, when I do, there's too much vibration and you can't read a thing. And he said, well, it's going to have to go on the bike. Cannot go on the helmet. So all I could think is, wow, of all the other people on YouTube that do it, so when their head turns they see, and yet I get caught and get, well, luckily let off. But then he's saying, you know, they're cracking down on it because of all the idiots who are, you know, speeding and using the helmet mounted ones to look at their speedo and clock it. And I'm thinking, yeah, and you can still mount one on the bike to clock your speedo too, if that's all they're thinking about doing. But anyway, he let me off. Wasn't real happy. But then I had to find a different way to mount, and that's why for Christmas I asked my wife, I want a GoPro. And before I got it, I started getting different mounts and things like that to see, using my older camera, the spots I could put it in which would be best. So far I've got a few, you've seen them. I've also got a rear mount, and that is a highway patrolman behind me. So we'll see what happens, eh? See if he follows me. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He's pulled over. Okay. Yeah, so we've been experimenting with other mounts to see how they go. So I've got a couple of spots. The only one I don't think I have shown yet is the rear mount, which I'll have to do on another video. Anyway, that's all I just wanted to say about camera mounting. So I'm stuck with now mounting on the bike because I've already been caught once. So yeah, if anyone has a mounted helmet, so say like O2 Big Kev, Mr. Oz Adventure, or even Captain Cranky, I know you've got the drift. Can you guys tell me how you mount yours and why you've been lucky enough to have not be pulled over, or if you have been pulled over, how you got away with it? Alright, for now, bye.
Disclosure averted. Continue observation.